Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. I want to share something with you today. Hopefully, will cause your mind to kind of, wander. Many times in life, people say, "Oh, you got mood swings." Okay, yeah, cause one minute you this, and next minute you that, and you call it a mood swing. I just mirrored you, right? I just mirrored you, meaning me and you talking. We're laughing and having a good time. I'm thinking we on, even keel, right? All of a sudden, right? You pick up. You pick up those energies, right? You pick up, what's really going on in that heart and the mind. And then when you feel like checking somebody, you can't check somebody for what they're thinking. You can't check them for what they're thinking. But now, don't mean now you ain't ready. So, what you do, you you put on a cold frame. You go cold on them. And they say, "Oh, you got a mood change." Nah, ain't no mood swing, ain't no mood change, honey. I just mirrored you. I picked up who you really are. Sometimes people accuse you of things because they don't understand who you are, right? I got people in my life. I was gonna start naming some folks, but people in my life. I said, I understand where you are. I understand exactly where you are. Unfortunately, you have no idea who you're dealing with, who you're talking to, and who you have chosen to associate yourself with, right? When people meet you, 9 times out of 10, they got you on some other kind of level that you ain't on. You know, they choose to put you on that level. Don't mean you own it now, right? Here you go. Now, because you underestimated me and you thought this is who I was, you came at me at this in this direction and found out, honey, that door was closed, baby. You can't come in like that. You know? Now you're understanding who you're dealing with. You know? Sometimes people think, right, that you just can't catch on to that, that mess, right? Their unsavory ways and, the backstabbing and, that fake smiling. But you got them. See, let me tell you how to be smart. When you're smart, right? You let them, you ain't got to let on all the time that you know what they're doing. It's like, that's the reason why they created chess. Chess is a game, honey, that you can win all the time. It's just knowing the players. When you know the players, then you know how to react when the players begin to play, right? And I'm not talking about, male, female. I'm talking about anybody who decides to get on that table and try to play any kind of move that is against who you are. They thinking that they dealing with this person because they dealing with what they see, not what they know. Because when you deal with what and that's the ability to get deep into a person. Greetings, God. That's how you doing. There are some people who take our time to get into the depths of you. Got a lot of people who think they know you, but they're totally clueless on who you really are. And you do not show your cards to everybody you meet. You don't let everybody know who you are. You don't give them kind of, extras. You make them earn that. They would earn the privilege to know you to your depths, right? Because if they knew who they were dealing with, they would realize that you are not the shallow person they think they're dealing with, but you're much deeper. But they got to take our time and dig deep enough. And digging deep would mean taking our time to get to know who you are intimately, not sexually, intimately. To know you intimately means I'm getting into you, right? And this ain't got to be no relationship as far as male, female. We ain't talking about no rendezvous. I'm talking about people who want to be your friend, your pal, whatever name you want to use today. co-workers, I don't care who you are. But when someone chooses to come into your life and want to be a part of your life, you take them to the ground level, honey. Everybody starts at the ground level. You want to go to the third floor? Earn it. Prove yourself. Show yourself to be worthy to get to that third floor. Other than that, ground level. That way, when I'm dealing with you, right, I haven't given you no extra privileges that will allow you to get inside and do some damage to me, on the outside. Check that out. So, everybody should come into your life. Well, that's my way. You ain't got to do that, honey. Do whatever you need to do. I'm just, I live in the safety zone. I like living in the safety zone. There was a song we sung, I'm standing in the safety zone. Sometimes I got to stand alone. And when my friends talk about me, sometimes I got to weep and moan, But I'm standing right here in the safety zone. Sometimes when you're in the safety zone, you are all by yourself, right? But you're safe by yourself. You can't get lonely when you know you're safe. Sometimes being around a lot of people, you're in an unsafe area around some unsafe people, and you have a chance to have somebody, setting you up or whatever. And I'm not trying to make you paranoid, I'm just trying to make you aware. When people sometimes want to say something about you, reason why they're saying it, it's not true. Now, it's not true. Now, if it's true what they said, ain't nothing you can say about it. But if it's not true, it means they don't really know you. And they're trying to get to know you, and they're trying to maybe slide in all kinds of ways, but When you mirror somebody and you understand just who you're dealing with, right? You give them what they're giving you. No more, no less. Simple. This is how you coming at me? Say, hey, I like it. And we'll always be on this level. Because this is where we are. We're here. Right? Don't allow anybody, to get good gracious, no free chances at doing different stuff. Now, understand who you are. So when people try to attack you or attack your character or attack, your integrity, then you already know they're totally clueless on who you are. Now, you ain't got to come back at them on an attack mode, but what you do is stay in your safety. Remain in your safety zone, right? Because sometimes, right, they mess around and pull out something they ain't ready for, I talked to some people. I got some of my goddesses out there, right? They got the softest voice. Oh, and I love to hear them talk. But now, don't let that voice fool you now, because they fire. And you mess with them, honey, you'll get burned, because they are fire. They don't play. That's why you got that little soft voice. And I love it, but I wasn't gifted with no soft voice. This is who I am, right? And when people trying to channel in on you, trying to meet, trying to turn that, tuning in, to try to figure out just exactly where is she? Where is he? Right? I need to find out who they are so I can figure out how to get to them, And I was like this when I was young, probably a teenager. I used to make myself known to be this person. This person is. If I ever think you're getting close enough to know me, I'm getting ready to change who I am. Just so you don't get that opportunity to say, I know you. Never allow people to push a button to try to figure out, if I push this button, I'm going to cause this kind of reaction. Yes, those of you who, just tune in, how, to mirror people. But, they're trying to figure you out. They're moving around different ways, sometimes like a cat, sometimes like a lion, sometimes like a wolf. You just don't never know how they're coming at you. But they're coming at you to try to figure out who you are. And then, how they can get to that place to say, I know you. Now, see, some people get the privilege of really knowing you because they've earned that, right? They have proven themselves. They have shown themselves worthy enough to know who you are, because now you can trust them with you, right? But don't confuse a mood swing sometime with just a mirror. It's not the fact, that I have changed my mood. Yeah, yesterday I was happy with you until I found out you was this. So yes, you saw a mood change, a mood swing, but I just mirrored you. That's it. It ain't nothing big. And when you mirror somebody, ain't no big deal, honey. You do it all day long, right? You just figure out who people are, right? I had an incident happen. It's gonna be short. Incident happen, and like, why you act? I said, let me tell you something. I said, when I was talking to you, I said, every part of you began to speak, but your mouth. Your mouth remained closed, but honey, you were talking, honey. Your eyes were talking, your heart was talking. I said your spirit was talking, you were just a talking. And I was listening to you. Unfortunately, you can't attack somebody on their thoughts and what they're saying inwardly. You can't attack them on it, right? Even though you heard them. But you can't get them on it. But then sometimes you can just check them on it, So I heard you. So now, I have to change the way I'm talking to you now because I just heard what you just said. Now, don't be offended by, me changing. Understand I'm changing because I just heard you. Don't it make sense to you? Of course it does. Every one of you have had the experience of talking to somebody or being in an arena, in a place or time that somebody has been talking and what they're saying from their lips does not agree with what's coming from their heart. Now, so, that's it. That's how it is. So when they begin to speak, whether it is audio or not, it's just their spirit speaking. Sometimes people are talking to you, saying one thing, and they're just mesmerized by you. You know what I mean? So their heart just a talk about it, but they won't never say what's really in their heart because they don't know how you're going to feel when they finish, revealing themselves. If I reveal myself to you, would you accept that revelation? People scared. They get scared. It's like this. If I got something I need to say, I just need to say it to you. Just need to figure out the right time, but I'm getting ready to say it now. It's like when somebody tell me one day somebody talking about, yeah, because people are talking. I said, who's people? Who's people? I said, because I don't want to hear about no he said, she said. I said, I'm way past that. I'm school time. Even when I was a teenager, I did not go for no he said, she said. Never did. Tell me who the culprit is so we can go and address them together. If you can't tell me who it is, don't bring it to me. Because as far as I'm concerned, people are saying, the people are talking, the streets are talking. No, the streets, the people, it ain't them talking. It might be just you talking. And you trying to find somebody to blame so I can focus all outside. You're not going to have my mind twirling trying to figure out who said this and who said that. Nah, if you can't tell me who said it, don't bring it to me. Because especially I know it's a lie, I want to address it. Let's address that. Especially if I felt like it is, messing up our relationship or it's causing a problem, because whatever I say once, I can definitely say it twice. That's all woman, all day. You know what I mean? That's how you got to be. So don't come to me. I tell them quick. Don't come to me about, I heard, who you hear it from. And if you can't tell me who you heard it from, I don't even want to hear no more of it. But you need to hear, no, I don't need to hear it, honey. You did, didn't you? You heard it, right? Did you address it? Now, that's the problem I got with you. Somebody sat back and talked to you about me and you didn't address it. Now, I'm questioning you. And rightfully so. Because if somebody sat and talked to you about me for more than 5 minutes in a negative way, then you were listening too hard and you were also conversating. That was a conversation, communication. That was somebody talking back and forth. That means you too We're involved in that conversation. So, done with you. You know what I mean? Because I cuss people off, honey. When you ain't talking about my girl, you ain't talking about my man, you ain't talking about my mom. You know, you got these no zones. You don't mess with that part. So, check people. And then realize that you can mirror. I have just mirrored you. Isn't it nice? This is Jenny O, y'all nuggets and things. I just want to share it with you. You have a fabulous day. Let your light so ever shine. I need to be at work. You have a fabulous day. I'm telling you, it's going to be wonderful because we're in it. Love you so much. Blessings.